Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Gooner Gathering. Posh Bertie seems to have disappeared off my screen for just 1 second. Hope everybody is doing well. I have a guest in person today. I have Stacey to my left. Say hello, Stacey. How are you? You okay?
I'm good.
Long-time supporter of the channel. Posh Bertie is coming back. Hopefully he's there. There he is. Posh Bertie will come to you. You keep on flashing in and out. How are you? You all right, mate?
Yes, I am a bit concerned about my connection. It's still a little bit choppy, but we're going to get that sorted out tomorrow. Yes, you join me from my new house in good old Somerset, my lovers. And yes, I'm looking forward. I'm making another triumphant return on this channel. And I'm very pleased to reunite with Mr. Sam Wilson as well. And I was pleased to reunite with you and Stacey, Mr. Meadows, in person last week.
It was Tuesday, mate. We met up in lovely Kent. We had a lovely afternoon together, didn't we? We had a good old catch up. It was a good time, wasn't it?
It was, except I couldn't take the cats.
Well, yeah, obviously you wouldn't take that. Let's say hello to Sam in the corner. How are you, Sam Wilson?
I'm good. It's weird. It feels like a long time since the season's finished, but also a really short time as well. It's been an odd one. It's come around really quick.
Yeah, I think it has. So it feels like we've had the women's tournament, and you know, all of a sudden we've gone through the pre-season. It's and all of a sudden we're into the real thing. I think probably the first question I'll ask is, how successful do you think our transfer window has been so far? Are we happy with what we have so far? I know we may have differing opinions in this group, so let's go to Sam first.
So, in the most, I think if you look at this transfer window and isolate everything else, I don't think there'll be many people that will say it's been an unsuccessful transfer window so far. There's obviously everything's gone well at the moment. We've got this last kind of bit now where we need to shift a few and get one more in. But I think the get one more in depends on how many we can shift and how quickly we can do that. Because the two that we want to kind of finish off and kind of make it, put the icing on top of the cake, are being wanted by two other teams as well. So it's so far so good, but there is still like a little bit more work to do, I think, just to trim out the squad, get the wages down a little bit, and then look forward. But I think by the looks of it, and from what I'm hearing today, we're going to have to quicken that up quite significantly.
Let's take it down to Somerset, my lovers. And so, Bertie, I know you may have an opinion or two on one or two of our signings. You have the stage there.
Well, there are positives in this transfer window. We have got a striker, finally, after what seems like forever. And it's the striker that I wanted, and it's the striker that I think all of us wanted in Victor Gyökeres. Zubimendi coming in is a very good addition. And you know what? Even Mosquera has been a decent acquisition from the tidbits I've seen from him. And but I know a lot of the more casual football fans said that, oh yeah, if you get a striker, you're complete. And that is true. We did need a striker, but we also needed a left winger as well. That's what people are forgetting. And
Right.
And from what I'm seeing, it looks like the two left wing edits that we were going to get in Eze and Rodrigo are not going to come to us. Eze
is missing in action now.
It looks like he's going to go to Tottenham, and Rodrigo looks like he's going to go to Man City.
Okay, I think we got the gist of what he has to say.
Mm.
Have you got anything to add on that one, Stace? Well, we saw Eze play for
Yeah.
Palace, didn't we?
Yeah,
And
fair enough. Yeah.
he was in action in the Charity Shield on Sunday. Had a bit of a stuttering run up on his penalty.
Mm.
If we sign him, we best not put him on penalties, I'd suggest. But what I think Sam alluded to was we might need to sell a few people before we get a few others in.
I think
And
so.
yeah, and some of them names are going to be well known in our fan base. I think Zinchenko possibly would be one of those. Vieira. I know Posh is a real big fan of yourself, Sam.
No, I do fancy.
We haven't done that joke in a long time.
No, I do fancy a bit of a change. It's been I'm missing Portugal, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's been nice weather for me coming back, but yeah, I don't think the future at Arsenal, to be honest.
training in this heat must be a nightmare.
Yeah, no, I was kind of got used to it in Portugal, but the thing is, I think it's better that I move on.
Well, we'll see. Oh dear, poor old Bertie saying this won't work. My connection is awful. He said he's getting used to it. Well, we'll plod along.
That's the problem when you're in the country. You get no.
We got no internet up in Somerset. Oh, I don't even know what internet is. sorry, Posh. Look, we'll, if you can join us again, we'll have him back. No problem at all. Let's ask Sam. This will be a good question for you, mate. In the chat, 170 Gunnar says, good evening, everybody. Is it true Mead's going to be leaving Arsenal? What are your views on this one, Sam? I gave our thoughts on our group the other day.
Yeah, so obviously the offers come in for her. It's going to be one of those ones that's not going to be very nice if it happens. But I do think her game time's really, really limited in terms of where she plays, because obviously she didn't really play much on the back end of last season either, when Chloe Kelly was untakeable out of the team. And I think that has gone down a little bit as well with the new signings coming in.
Mm.
And yeah, I think it's going to be one of those ones that she won't want to leave, but if she wants to stay in contention playing for England and stuff, I think she's going to have to, or else she's going to shoot herself in the foot, I think.
Yeah, I mean they're talking about it was a bid from London City Lionesses, if I remember. Or believe we play them in the first game of the season, don't we, in September? Yes. So I don't know if there's been any further developments on that story since I spoke about it on Saturday, unless you know something.
No, nothing from what I've heard or anything. Obviously they've come up from the Championship and they've made a couple of signings, actually. One in our ex-player in Van der Donk as well. She's gone there. And there's someone else as well. So they've recruited really, really well.
Okay. Well, that's one we'll certainly keep an eye on.
Mm.
You have any thoughts on Beth Mead on the ladies' side?
That was the one who herself, wasn't it?
She's had an ACL, yes, that's right. She's had the ACL, which restricted her game time for a lot of maybe last couple of years. She did come back into the side, of course.
Yeah, but then
with in the Champions League side.
Yeah, but then if she's injured as bad as she is, then she's not going to play as well, is she?
Oh, that's right. And when you have the younger players like Smith, who's joined from Liverpool, for a record signing as well of over £1 million or something.
So maybe it's not worth keeping her if she's going to have the ACL injury and it's going to keep flaring up.
Yeah, I mean, what I think you're saying is better for all parties.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's a better way of putting it. Yeah.
There you go. There we go. So that's Beth Mead. We'll keep an eye on that. Of course, had a notable part in the Euros with missing the penalty, the double kick in the shootout.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it didn't cost us in the end.
Yeah.
Let's get back to trying to talk about. I mean, we've not really spoke too much about the last game that we played the game against the Athletic Bilbao on where was it, Saturday? I think it was. It must have been Saturday. Now,
Yeah.
I think probably as almost as strong a lineup as we could probably have gone with. Maybe with the fullbacks that might change for Manchester United. But what were your thoughts on that the game, Sam?
I'm really thankful the way that it went the way that it did, because based off the 2 games before that I watched, I was thinking I'm going to be slightly worried. I know it's pre-season, but I was thinking, right, it's slightly worrying that yes, we've got all these new players to fit in, but the last 2 games really looked like we were struggling. Thankfully, that was the alternative for this one. I certainly think a lots of them excelled and lots of them played well, but there is still question marks over some of the players for me. I really don't know what's happened to Odegaard end of last season and pre-season. So I actually think we need the signing that fits to left wing and there more than we ever have done, because I think we need someone to push him on to be playing back to how he was. Because I think he's living in the street at the minute where he knows that pretty much every game he's getting in. So I do actually think he needs a little bit of a rocket up the bum to kind of get going again.
That's a technical term.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, Zubimendi played really, really well. He's been the standout for pre-season. Yoko is obviously scoring. It was really good, but I'm trying to not get too worked up about that, because he's going to have very much of a different time of it when he comes up against Premier League sides. It's going to be very different. But so far, it's really exciting to see him. And they're the real standouts, to be honest. Obviously, that's what you want to see. There's players that you've signed standing out. Even Mosquera, when he's come on, he's been really good and really composed for somebody so young. It's almost like he's been playing for us for a lot longer. So it's really good. It's just this bit we're going to have of how all these players fit into a team that it really is together. So it's just those things. Thankfully, you had this last game, because had we have not had that last game, I'd have been worried going into the season. But I don't think I am now. I guess I'll fire that one back at you. In the pre-season as a whole, how do you feel going into the season?
I feel a little happier, like you said, about from Saturday, because I saw much more from Gyökeres, and it wasn't just his goal. I felt his movement was really good. I liked the way he was going into the left channel, which I kind of expected. I took a lot of positive sides about seeing Gabriel and Saliba back in defence. Obviously, I think Gabriel played 60, I think, on Saturday. Saliba had his fitness concerns at the end of the season. Pleased to see him back. Even Calafiori got a good amount of time at left back for a while in the Emirates Cup, so that was promising. I'm much like Posh
the
here. I won't get
far too long. I can't do this, I'm afraid.
by then. But yeah, it was. I felt he's spoiled me flow now. I thought I feel much more happier seeing them than I did prior. What I think I was going to say was I'd never take the results of pre-season that to heart, because it's all about.
That's what Posh said last week. Yeah,
it's all about Old Trafford on Sunday, and if they can get a good start against the side, of course, that we didn't have the greatest of seasons in Manchester United. What did they lost the final against Spurs, and
Yeah.
they are struggling. They may have got Brian and Bumu from where if it was Brentford. There we go. But it's I don't know. They don't strike me with the fear that they might have done in the past.
Yeah.
Have you got any thoughts on Manchester United and what?
Well, City was a fan years ago.
Yeah,
They've
yeah.
definitely gone up and down, but they don't seem like they used to be.
Yeah, very much
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, but no, but like what Posh said last week, he doesn't watch the friendlies because they're not classed as cup games.
Oh,
That's
competitive. Yeah,
competitive. Sorry, yeah, it's the right word.
fair enough. It does seem like he's having a technical bug. The about 20-second delay.
Yeah, I have that when I'm in Scotland.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's quite a delay.
Fair enough. So, what are your thoughts coming into Man United, Sam? Are you we feel we're a bit happier after Atletico Bilbao? Or are we confident coming into Sunday then?
I don't actually know. I'm erring on a big air of caution. They have signed who they have wanted to sign so far.
Have you frozen? The stream never bothered him anyway.
There we go. Hopefully I'm
You're
back
back.
now. Taking out the fact that they haven't done well last couple of seasons and they are in a little bit of a disarray, that strike force now does look incredibly dangerous. Now they've got Sesko in too, with Cunha and Breno on the other side, or however that's going to work.
Right.
So I don't know. It's always a tough game to start a season against Man United. You want an easier game. And I do think people are still counting them out a lot, and I don't think they can be counted out for how they've recruited. So, yeah, it's going to be one of those ones. We've got to start off strong, of course, but I'm not massively confident that we're going to walk away with it. I think it'd be really close.
Fair enough. Okay. Just going to bring up Posh in the comments because it's only fair. In terms of the Bilbao game, there were positives. You saw the highlights. Good to see Zubamendi, who put in that lovely ball for Gorkarez's header. Good to see Zubamendi and Gorkarez playing well. Yeah, it was a good start. It was a good start from the pair of them. And also, you mentioned about Ødegaard and a bit of concern with the fact that we're setting up rather differently in our midfield. And that's going to take a little bit of time, I would imagine. Getting a combination right with Rice, Zubamendi and Ødegaard is going to be different to what we played with last season. Obviously, two major departures. I don't need to elaborate on one too much, but having the experience of Jorginho out of the side is a big loss. Of course, Partey, of course, for all what's going on, was a massive part in our first team, and that's a bit of a rebuild.
Yeah.
You have anything else to add on that?
No, you said it. I mean, I don't know as much as you do, obviously, but
okay.
Yeah, but this has got to be a better season because they've added more players to it that they've needed. And I mean, I know there's only a short window left now.
That's true.
Just agree with what. Yeah.
And so it will take a little while for a midfield to gel when it's completely different. Ødegaard had scored a couple of penalties though during the pre-season.
Yeah,
penalties are penalties. Yeah, I know, but
it's the only thing that's carried on through all the games as well. They've decided that they have a mini penny shootout at the end of every game, regardless of what the score is.
It's good practice.
It is. It is. But yeah, I'm thinking about it slightly differently. I wonder whether with Ødegaard not playing well, not that he's going to do it. He won't do this. He won't take Ødegaard out of the team. But I think I would play Havertz there first game of the season, based off of him scoring that goal and looking really good. You've got to start your best players, and it's quite clear that Ødegaard hasn't been, for whatever reason, to the standard that he'd like to be and what we know he's capable of for the last quite a while now. All of last
Probably
season,
18 months, yeah.
Yeah, all of last season, pretty much he was off. So, yeah, it's one of those ones. I don't think we've got any excuses now. We've certainly
I agree.
Yeah.
what's that?
It certainly, and then it froze.
Oh, I said it's certainly like last chance for us. We've been given all the
We've been given all the tools. We've been given the money to support the side and invest so much into the likes of the Gorkarez and the Zubimendi that
Yeah. I mean, you're given the tools. Now it's down to the players to do what they do best or claim that they do best. Yeah. That's how I look at it.
One name we haven't spoken about yet is Ethan Nwari, who has signed his new contract. Perhaps if Ødegaard isn't doing so well, he could find his way into a central midfield position, because I think that's where he will probably end up. I'm actually surprised, I don't know if you are, Sam, how much of a part of a pre-season he's actually played, because he played for England in the under-21 tournament. But he's been a very prominent part of the pre-season and a prominent part of the first team plans, is what I say.
Yeah, definitely. I think he proved himself last season to be in.
The curse. It's the curse.
It's got to be me.
It's you.
Yeah, it's me. It's me. I told you.
I'm going to do that. We've
Perfect,
survived
Sam.
22 minutes, so we've done quite well. So yeah, I think he has proven himself enough for him to start if there's a place available for him, whether that's in Ødegaard's position, whether that's as a kind of a substitute or whatever. I do think he's got a little bit of competition now, though. We've obviously Max Dalman having his insane pre-season, and it's not very often you get that excited because you realise how old that player is. But when Maitland-Niles came in and when people like Wilshere used to play, and there's a certain thing that you go, actually, do you know what? Down the line, this person is going to save us so much money. And if we can keep hold of him, because obviously of the buzz that he's getting from everywhere else as well, everybody seems to know about him. If we can keep hold of him, then that's going to be one to watch this season. I think we definitely, I knew we'd get to that somewhere. I did find it quite funny actually that the other day everyone was on Twitter, weren't they? Like before we signed him, going no to Madueke and stuff. Yeah. And then after he came on in the second half and played really well in that second half, those same people I watched for exactly the same people on social media, and those exact same people were then asking for him to start against Man United. And I just had to sit there and shake my head because, like, you can't say don't sign him and then when he has got one good half to then start him at Man United. It's just, and you can see why there's this massive, like, people take the mick out of Arsenal fans. You can really see it because that you can't say don't sign him and then say start him in the first game of the Premier League.
I'm glad you've brought that point up, mate, because I thought he was absolutely fantastic in his cameo as well. He showed something a little bit different. He showed directness. He's got a natural left foot, so he's not cutting in on the inside very much like Saka does on the other side. He put in a couple of beautiful crosses. There was one for Havertz, I remember. And it just gives a different option. And yeah, people are clearly talking about Eze and whether he might go to Tottenham, which is a bit of a worry. I don't think that's going to happen, by the way. But Spurs need to replace Madison, who I think we discussed the other day, picked up an ACL actually on the day that we were in Kent, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I
think that was Bertie that picked that up and told us.
I think it was. But yeah, I think Noni Madueke, yeah, it may be that unexpected signing that might do quite well. And as it said, Rodrigo, I don't know about that. Is City in for him? I hadn't seen that. I'll trust Bertie's instincts in that one.
So yeah, Fabrizio Romano has reported about both today. One being that Eze is considering Tottenham because it would still be a progression from where he is currently, because obviously he's at Palace and Tottenham have got Champions League. So if we sleep on that one, it looks like he might be going there, because obviously he can sit and wait because he knows that Arsenal's interested, but he ain't going to sit and wait till the end of the transfer window for Arsenal to decide if they want him or not, or if they've got the money to get him. So there is going to be a certain point where he's going to go, I'm just going to go to Tottenham. Obviously, I don't think many players want to go to Tottenham, really. Who would? But
good point. Well made.
He is going to come to that point where he's going to go, well, I've got to take the steps of my career. He's 27, so realistically, he's not got many more moves left before his time's up, as they would say. So, yeah, and then Rodrigo, obviously, Man City have lost Grealish today. So they're looking at, and they're also potentially, I don't think they're going to get rid of him because it would be stupid for them to do it. But they're also talking about that Savinho going as well. But he's an important midfielder for them, so I can't see that happening. But Fabrizio Romano has come out and said today that with Grealish leaving, they're looking at him. Pep Guardiola is a long-term admirer, but Real Madrid said the only way that he's going to go is 100 mil plus. So it depends whether they have that money in their bank on top of their 152 charges, doesn't it? So
I gotcha.
Yeah. So I don't think that one's as pressing as the Eze one. I think if we want Eze, we need to be shifting them players out quick and getting him in. And then I think the Rodrigo one, if they wanted 100 mil, it would have to be a loan anyway, because we ain't got that. We've got some cash, I'd imagine, but not that amount.
Yeah, I mean, talking to players out, I mean, I've seen sort of in the Twitter chat that's above my head at the moment, like a bit of talk on Zinchenko going to Fenerbahce, and I think Trossard going to Galatasaray is a possibility. So, I mean, there are lots of moving parts as we're in position doing this right now. So, but you're right. They can't afford, if they want to let Eze run through their fingers, they best get on with it, and we'll hopefully can get something over the line and maybe get Eze signed for hopefully Sunday. Maybe. I think we'll have to see.
On Posh's point, I do think I slightly disagree with that one, because I do think it was as a person as well. Because when I went onto Twitter one day, I don't go on Twitter at all very much because it's not the greatest. But when we were due to sign him, the whole no to Madueke thing, I don't think that is them saying they were just unhappy because at that stage we didn't know we were going to sign Eze. That rumour mill hadn't started yet. So I disagree with that one wholeheartedly, because there was a lot of tweets that were directed at him as a person, and they said, we don't want him to play for Arsenal. So that is personal. That's not anything to do with future transfer business. There was lots of tweets saying we don't want this person. I nearly swore there. He's rubbish. He's this. He's that. So there was a lot of personal bits as well. So no, I don't agree with that at all.
I will briefly bring up because I know you want to get watching the game on telly at the moment. I don't think I've seen a reaction to an actual signing that's gone through like we've seen Madueke in years. And I think the only thing I can compare it to is when Arsenal wanted to change their goalkeeper way back in the 90s, and they changed John Lukic up, become David Seaman, because Lukic was the biggest goalkeeper. He was a great goalkeeper, got us through league titles and stuff. And they said, why do you want to replace him? We don't want Dave Seaman to become our goalkeeper. And what happened to him?
I was young, but I remember that amazing legend.
Exactly. Became one of our greatest ever goalkeepers.
And for Britain as well.
For England.
Absolutely
right. He was.
Myself, England.
That's it. But yeah, I do agree with your point there, mate. And the reaction was over the top. Yeah. Yes, Sam.
I think fair play to him, to be fair, because because obviously I guess we sometimes think that these football players don't have mobile phones, but they do, so they can see exactly what goes on in terms of the sort of what they're getting in terms of, and honestly, I think that says a lot about him as a person, because if I was getting that level of abuse on Twitter, I'd have said, you know what, I don't care if I'm not playing for Chelsea, I'm not coming, because I don't want to be in an environment that doesn't want me to be there that much. So it's testament to him that he clearly must have had his phone off for days, because I couldn't have coped with the amount of tweets that were being made from our fans. And I think it is quite embarrassing, to be honest, because at the end of the day, he was going to become an Arsenal player. It was quite obvious. So as soon as that person becomes an Arsenal player, regardless of whether you're happy about it or not, to some extent, you've got to back them. If they give you reason not to back them, then fair enough, you do what you want to do. But before players come and put on a shirt, you don't know what he's going to be like. So, yeah, I really do hope that every single one of those people that decided to... Because it is, isn't it? It's abusing someone before... Because they can't give you a response on social media. So it is... Yeah, and I can't wait to see some of them. And I know some of them now. If he plays really well, they're going to have him on the back of the shirts. And that's just going to be so funny, because I know some of them will as well.
But it's not just that. The thing is if they're going to abuse this player's then got friends who will maybe have wanted to say come to Arsenal, then they're not going to want to come to that because of how that person's been treated, and then word's going to get around, and then nobody's going to want to sign up.
Yeah, no, wholeheartedly, yeah, definitely. And I'm getting a little bit bored of people signing people from Chelsea, because you can sign players from any clubs you want to sign. Like, it's just a matter of fact that over the last couple of years we've signed some Chelsea players. I'm pretty sure that no football team in the universe has gone and signed a couple of players from a team that they're not liked for a couple of seasons. We're not the only ones. It's just, I think people jumping on this. Oh my God, we're signing.
Yeah, no, I did mean it in general. Sorry, I should have said in general.
Oh no, I wasn't saying anything to what you said. I completely agree with what you said. I just saw the comment from Posh saying that we're signing more Chelsea players.
Right, seen it, yeah.
And I think everyone's really quick to, and it's going to be like this. I think it'd probably be like this till the end of time now, when we sign somebody else from Chelsea, just because we've signed a couple. And
but then this happened in the noughties. It happened. Everyone was going with Man U. Then they went with Tottenham because, like, Man U obviously back then were top of the table. Then it was Spurs. Then it was Arsenal. Then it was Man U again. Then it's Arsenal, and then remind me again, it's Liverpool at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then it's Liverpool. So it swings and roundabouts. Like you say, it's going to be till the end of time.
I think the point is they're making us signing players from Chelsea, like in particular, like it's like the Havertz thing that, of course, Posh was really happy with. It's the Jorginho, which he couldn't wait to say he wasn't happy with.
So now,
but it's like but they've got to come from somewhere.
Yeah, they have to.
We've got 5 good examples there now as well. That's the thing, because we signed Cech, he did as well. We signed David Luiz, for the most part, he did as well. We signed Havertz, and he's done as well. Like, Jorginho, he's done as well. That's 4. And so it's not like that. Some of them have been, and like every signing, you're not going to get every signing right. Some of them has been dire. But we've
Dallas
got 4.
Wasn't great, but yeah.
But we have got 4 or 5, well, hopefully 5 in this new signing. That over the last couple of years that we've made good, that's been good business for us.
it's like some of them have started off pants, but then over a couple of years they've got really good.
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a while for players to settle in.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to give anyone a chance. That's
Exactly.
what looking at Noni Madueke on Saturday, give him a chance, see what it looks like in an Arsenal shirt.
If I hadn't given you a chance, you wouldn't be one of my really good friends.
There you are. There you go.
Yeah.
So there you are. That's where we are on that.
Yeah.
Now, I know you wanted to watch the Ipswich game, Sam. So shall we wrap this for now? And I will probably call another stream later in the week. If it maybe Friday, probably will be Friday. Yes, it will be Friday because we'll have the press conference from Arteta, and we'll get any reaction to any team news that has come out from that press conference on the Friday live. So
yeah, I did today because I'll be on Little Adventures at the weekend, so I won't be around.
no worries, mate. No worries. And I think a smart Alec in the chat called Bertie saying, "Don't forget the greatest signing from Chelsea, Yossi Benayoun."
Oh, and it wasn't me who made your internet crash either.
No, it wasn't your
No.
fault. No, not this time.
Oh no, it wasn't him. It was somebody else. Ignore me. That story nearly got a little bit embarrassing for me. Carry on.
I know where you're going, mate. I know where you're going. But that was all Richard Keys' fault, if I remember correctly.
I think I know that story.
So apparently he's going to have his internet sorted out on Friday. So if you're around, maybe we'll have a return of Posh Bertie on Friday.
To answer my claims back to a few of his comments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Himself.
Absolutely. He'll have a right to reply. I think that's what it's all about. I am going to wrap this up then. So, Sam, do you have anything coming up on your other adventures, and do you want to plug them now?
No. There will be some big news incoming, but it's in the final stages of discussions and little bits. So stay tuned for that one.
Okay, fair enough. Don't suppose you've got anything to promote? If you're safe, fair enough.
But them bands, but they go on sale on Friday. But that's not what this channel's about.
Okay.
So,
but I will say thank you very much to Stacey for joining us in person for the first time. Of course, if you want to find us on the social media, on that wonderful Twitter site, X, you can find us at Gooner Gathering. You can find me at Goonerly Meets. And keep tuning on social media for the next time we go live. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, please like, share, and subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Gooner Gathering. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers, Dad. Bye. 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 Bye.